Good morning. The May 4th, 2016 meeting of the Board of Estimates is now called to order. In the interest of these meetings, we're going to ask that that everyone respect the meeting schedule and act accordingly. If you don't act accordingly, you will be asked to leave the hearing room immediately. Deputy Madam Controller, are there any corrections, additions, or deferrals on the agenda?
Good morning. For today's agenda, the board received 2 protests from Ms. Kim Trueheart for page 2 and for pages 1 to 79, all items on the agenda. The board did review her protests, however, they will not be heard. We have 2 items that are being deferred. Pages 19 to 20 are being deferred for 1 week. Page 22, items 1 and 2 are being deferred for 1 week. I have the following abstentions and no votes to report. The Honorable Mayor Rawlings Blake will abstain on page 24 and page 36. The Honorable President Young will abstain on pages 2 through 7 and on page 71 to 72, item 4. In addition, the Honorable President Young will be voting no on pages 26 to 27 and on page 29. There are no abstentions for the Honorable Comptroller Pratt. The item that remains on the non-routine agenda is the presentation of the budget for fiscal year 17. Thank you.
Thank you. I would direct the board members' attention to the memorandum from my office dated May the 2nd, 2016, identifying matters to be considered as routine agenda items together with any correction and addition that have been noted by the Deputy Controller. I will entertain a motion to approve all of the items contained on the routine agenda.
Move approval of all items on the routine agenda.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All
Aye.
opposed, nay. The routine agenda has been adopted. The first item on the non-routine agenda can be found on page 1. The Department of Finance will present the proposed ordinance of estimate for fiscal 2017 and the ordinance to levy and collect a tax and request authorization to advertise the ordinance of estimate. Budget Director Andrew Klein will make the presentation to the board.
Good morning, Mr. President, Madam Mayor, Madam Comptroller, members of the Board of Estimates. I'm here today to present the board with the proposed fiscal 2017 ordinance of estimates and changes to the preliminary plan and the proposed ordinance to levy and collect a tax. The proposed ordinance includes $2.65 billion for operating expenses, an increase of $92.2 million or 3.6% above the fiscal 2016 adopted budget. The general fund operating budget is $1.75 billion, $48 million or 2.8% above the fiscal 2016 level. $524 million for capital expenses, including $15.5 million in general fund PAYGO capital and $65 million in general obligation bond borrowing. There are no significant changes from the preliminary budget. The proposed ordinance to levy and collect a tax maintains the city's real property tax rate at $2.248 per $100 of assessed value, and the personal property tax rate at $5.62 per $100 of assessed value. I ask your honorable board to approve these 2 proposed ordinances for consideration by the City Council and to approve the advertisement of the ordinance of estimates in 2 local newspapers as required by the city charter. I would be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions? Okay.
I'm done talking about the budget.
Okay. I will entertain a motion.
Wish I could say that.
I move approval of the recommendations by the Board of Estimates and authorize and direct publication as required by the charter of the recommendation of the ordinance of estimates and the property tax rates of $2.248 per 100 of assessed value and the personal property rate of $5.62 per $100 of assessed value for personal property tax.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Please note that the council president abstains because this is coming before the city council. The motion carried. There been no more business before this board. The meeting will recess until bid opening at 12 noon.
Good afternoon. The Board of Estimate is now in session for the opening and receiving of bids. There are no addenda for today. I think this is WC 1343, water appurtenances, installations, and small main repairs and installations at various locations. A bid bond is required if the amount is over $100,000. Oh, great. That's a photo book. Okay. Let me look ahead and see. Okay, thank you. Let's see, mine's blank. It may be somewhere else. Let me take my time. Maybe it's. Okay.
This is the original.
Mm-hmm. Maybe this might be it here. No, that's just the affidavit for the apprenticeship program. And it's NBE. Civil Construction LLC with a bid bond. $7,045,150. Metro Industries with a bid bond. $6,146,965. Spiniello Companies with a bid bond. Excuse me. $5,173,300. R.E. Harrington Plumbing and Heating Company, Inc., with a bid bond. $4,294,875. J. Fletcher Kramer and Son, Inc., with a bid bond. $4,810,850. Thank you. I did see the bid bond. That's a good thing. Anchor Construction Corp., with a bid bond. $8,228,022.
Refer these bids to the Department of Public Works for tabulation and report.
B50004560. Technical service for liquid oxygen plants at Patapsco Wastewater Treatment Plant. This is a technical opening. Prices will not be read. A bid bond is not required. Excuse me. Clint. No, it says technical. Oh, did I do it wrong? Okay, I thought it was technical. I'm sorry, because I said under the price. Okay. I'm sorry. This is not a. It's a technical service for liquid oxygen. I apologize. Prices will be read for this one. And again, this is a B50004560. A bid bond is not required. Solution Works, Inc., $555,000. Mohawk Cryo, LLC, $397,900.
Refer these bids to the Department of Public Works for tabulation and report.
Okay, there being no further business, we are adjourned.